Your eyes open to the sound of your alarm. 6:30 a.m., same as every day. You lie in bed for a moment, staring at the ceiling, feeling the familiar weight. Your apartment is quiet, the soft hum of your fridge, and faint traffic below. You roll over, swing your legs to the floor, and stretch off the grogginess. Coffee, shower, commute, work, repeat. The routine is comfortable but dull. You go about your morning mechanically. Breakfast is cold cereal and burnt coffee. You scroll through your phone, glancing at notifications. Nothing urgent or unusual. Your boss texts a reminder about today's meeting. You sigh and get dressed. You leave your apartment, locking the door behind you. The city is waking up. People rush past you on the sidewalk, absorbed in their own busy worlds. You feel like a ghost among them. Then the first strange thing happens. A sudden dizziness hits on the train. A sudden blinding flash of light. Time hiccups. You see the train stretch forward and backward simultaneously. A man trips over a briefcase, spilling papers all over the dirty floor. Suddenly it reverses. The papers rise and land neatly back in the case. Your heart races, you blink, and everything is perfectly normal again. Work is the same as always. Your office computer hums quietly, but your mind keeps flashing, looping, and replaying moments like a video. A colleague drops a ceramic mug. Instead of shattering, it flies backward. It lands safely back into their hand. Your pulse quickens at the sight. You reach out your hand, focus, and the spilled coffee unspills itself. It rises cleanly from the floor back into the cup. You freeze. It's real. You can control this. You can actually rewind time itself. The first conscious test is small, a dropped, broken plastic pen. You close your eyes, concentrate, and it lifts up perfectly whole. Your mind spins. You experiment carefully, dropping glass, tripping over shoes. Each time you rewind and restore. The impossible feels completely natural. Curiosity overtakes caution. You rewind longer stretches, minutes and hours. A minor argument with a coworker? Rewind and it never happens. Miss the bus? Rewind and you are seated comfortably on the train. At first the power is intoxicating, but the effects begin to ripple. A car you almost hit disappears a block earlier. Conversations change. Changing the past is not without consequence. Every small choice alters everything. Then comes the first real test on your way home from work. A pedestrian steps onto the street as a car rounds the corner too fast. Time slows down completely. You instinctively reach out your hand and blink. You rewind 5 seconds. The pedestrian never steps forward at all. The car passes safely. Your heart pounds with an incredible rush. The ability to save lives fills you with awe, but also weight. Every action matters. Every rewind carries an immense real responsibility. Over the next few days, you experiment. You save people from accidents, minor injuries, collisions, falls. At first, it feels like a game, but you notice patterns. The more you interfere, the more unpredictable reality becomes. Subtle changes you make in the past create new problems. An avoided collision might cause a different one. A saved life might lead to unforeseen consequences. The power is incredible, but fragile. One evening, your younger sibling calls. They mention a fight they had yesterday, something you hadn't known. A sudden, instinctive thought strikes you. You could easily prevent that fight. You focus, rewind the previous evening, and make small, careful interventions. Words are chosen differently, body language altered. The argument never escalates. Relief washes over you. The power is intoxicating. You can protect those you care about, but the stakes are rising. A week later, a minor catastrophe occurs downtown. A crane tilts dangerously at a construction site. Workers are pinned. Cars are about to collide with debris. You focus, rewind the past 10 minutes, and anticipate every movement. You intervene in the sequence of events, subtly guiding each person to safety, preventing the crane from tipping. The city never notices. The news calls it a miracle. But you know, you changed the past. You shaped reality. And with that shaping comes a responsibility heavier than you imagine. You begin to realize the limitations. Rewind too far, too often, and your memory strains. The more you change, the more you feel untethered from linear time. Relationships you altered subtly shift. Conversations you corrected now feel unfamiliar. Even your own sense of self begins to waver. Who are you if the past is not fixed? Are you the same person each time reality resets? The power is a gift, but also a curse. Then comes the moral test. You overhear news of a disaster, an apartment fire where people are trapped. You could go back, warn them, or prevent the fire entirely. But how far do you rewind? Hours, days, weeks? Any choice could alter your own life, your own existence. You hesitate. Then focusing, you rewind just enough to give a single person the information they need to evacuate safely. You save lives without unraveling yourself. The first real demonstration of careful, ethical use of power. Weeks turn into months. You begin experimenting with longer rewinds, trying to correct small tragedies, prevent minor crimes, ease suffering. Each success brings satisfaction, but also the creeping realization that you cannot fix everything. The world is too vast, the chain of cause and effect too complex. A single change can ripple unpredictably, and yet you persist. Because you can, because someone has to. One night you stumble upon the ultimate temptation. You could go back and undo every mistake you've ever made. Avoid heartbreak, avoid embarrassment, avoid failure. The possibilities are endless. But you pause, you realize life is defined by choices, mistakes, and consequences. Rewriting every moment would erase the person you have become. You cannot have everything perfect without losing yourself. The final test arrives unexpectedly. You witness a crime, a person about to be seriously hurt. In a split second, you rewind the previous hour, anticipating the event. You maneuver circumstances subtly so that the victim never ends up in danger. The attacker is deflected by coincidence, and yet nothing else is disrupted. The victim is safe, unaware of what occurred. You feel a surge of relief, but also a sobering reminder. Power must be wielded with precision, care, and restraint. In the quiet afterward, you sit alone and reflect. You can rewind time, yes. You can shape outcomes, prevent harm, and alter reality. But the gift is tempered by responsibility. Every morning the alarm rings and the world waits. You roll over, take a deep breath, and prepare to face the day, knowing that behind every moment lies the power to change it, and the weight of deciding when to do so.